Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman.
Hello, everybody. So glad to be with you. Another amazing Spiritual Rockstar podcast show. I'm so grateful. I have an amazing spiritual rock star and Priscilla Stephan here today. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Hi, everyone.
Oh, hi. Okay, so today's an energy scan show. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to share things to help Priscilla in this case to go from wherever she is to where she wants to go with whatever guidance I can provide to her today. And this is something that will show you how amazing Priscilla is, and also help support her with things maybe she's dealing with, and help you guys, the listeners. This always happens when I do this. You guys will be helped by whatever I'm sharing with her, because we're all interconnected, and there's always people that are resonating with whatever I'm sharing with my guests. So I'm looking forward to diving in just one moment. Do you want to meditate and make money? Let it be simple. Let it be easy. Let it be fun. Go to yoursacredpurpose.com and get your free Meditate, Make Money meditation today. Okay, everybody. So let's get into it. Let me share a little bit more about Priscilla. Priscilla Stephan is an intuitive business strategist and creator of Soulfluent Leadership Archetypes, who helps soul-driven women entrepreneurs create sustainable, world-changing businesses. Oh, that's so awesome. That support the greater good through a powerful combination of practical business strategy together with soul guidance in the Akashic Records. She excels at helping people identify their zones of genius, step into their powerful leadership, and live their purpose profitably. Priscilla's holistic and pragmatic approach to business and leadership allows her clients to live their dream lifestyle while confidently sharing their soul's work to make a big impact and increase their profit and growth. And we're going to tell you more about how to learn more about her later on, but she's at priscillastephan.com. Priscilla, again, this is such a honor and opportunity to be able to support you today with all this. So before we just dive headlong into this, I know that you made this transition into the work you're doing, like everybody does at some point, right? You're an inspiration to so many people that most of us have come like from a corporate job or something. Then we start messing around with some coaching and getting into spirituality or whatever, and then healing, and the next thing you know it, we're starting to do it as a business, and we get it shaken and baking, maybe if we're lucky to be able to get sparked, and then we evolve with it, and then we get to a certain point, and then we're looking to continue to, well, what's next, right? It's constantly what's next. And so you've journeyed through those steps already, and now you're to wherever your next is. And so so tell us a little bit about kind of where you are right now with everything, with your, as far as you, anything that comes up to share with me with your purpose and business, and kind of where you sense it's wanting to go, and then what challenges maybe you're facing, even if they're little challenges, but like, whatever they may be, little challenges maybe that are coming up, and seeing things move in the direction that you're wanting to go.
Yes, thank you. So I have a kind of a spiritual business coaching consulting business, and it really combines spiritual guidance with business coaching and leadership mentorship. Really, it's that trifecta. And most of my work is one-on-one, because I love going deep and long with people. However, I'm at a stage now in business. My first book is coming out actually now in early 2022. It's a business guide helping people build out their businesses in alignment with their Soulfluent Leadership Archetype, and there are 5 archetypes. And so I'm at a stage where I have a monetary goal that I'd like to achieve. About 250,000 is my kind of initial, like my real happy milestone for now. And I'm looking to refine the business model so that it is more leveraged. And by leveraged, I mean that there would be more of a journey that I'm mapping out that would allow me to help more people versus just one-on-one. I don't think I'll ever remove the one-on-one option, but it would be a container or a series of containers or a journey, you know, kind of, you can start here, but then if you want to go here, then that's next, and then this is what's next. That's based on the archetypal work, also helping people access their own Akashic Records and deepen into their own spiritual development and to get their own answers. Everything I do is about soul. And how do you express yourself as a soul in your life, in your business, and in your leadership, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking at what does it take, and then what does it look like for the business model to really achieve this ability to help more people powerfully in the high touch way, develop spiritually as leaders and also as business owners, and to create more leverage. And I've always been more high-end, high touch, so I'm more boutique style. So probably the price points would be higher than they are now. For sure, they would be. And so there's always a bit of, oof, what's that going to look like? And oof, you know, will people really pay that? And probably even more of a refinement of the ideal client. My ideal client is usually an established service-based woman entrepreneur. That can be an attorney, an accountant, a coach, a consultant. I just brought on a new client this week who has a sustainable farm in Vermont, a first for me. But she is all about how do I create the Soulfluent Leadership promise of a win-win-win, where I create a business that's in integrity with my values, that is in integrity with the land, and that also fulfills my mission and brings in money, right? So it's really that deep alignment and cohesiveness between every core part of, you know, what the vision is, how you run the business, and the impact that the business has on both internally, team, and then externally with customers and whatnot. So the other part is just really team, you know, and then also some structures. I love having virtual team members, and I've usually had a VA, a graphics person, and a content strategy person, but they are changing how they're doing business. And so I'm also looking at, do I work with a small agency where it's all in-house, you know, where I have what I need, you know, streamlined, and we meet weekly or bi-monthly. And so there's the element of the business model, team, and then perhaps even a slight refinement, even more of the person that I'm really best looking to help. The women that I work really have a strong desire to make the world a better place, right? So they want to, you know, and they want to do it sustainably. But they also many times are maxed out, you know, tapped out in the business model that they are in. And often how, you know, they have to work through old patterns and beliefs, and create new ones so that they can step into that new level of entrepreneurship and leadership for them, that honors them, who they are today, what they want today, and how their business can support them today.
Okay, all right, that's wonderful. You shared a lot of information. I love that. So good. So we're gonna start digging in from there. So some of it has to. So there's a number of areas there. We've got the overall kind of like going from one-to-one into some things maybe beyond one-to-one in terms of you know, different ways of serving people and all that sort of stuff. We got back end stuff. We've got, you know, how much you're charging and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So we've got a few different points in there. So that's fun. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tune in now and just, you know, this is a, you know, this we won't be able to solve all the issues, so to speak, instantly, but we'll see what we can dial in. Who knows? You know, we're gonna dial in whatever we can right now. I'm gonna start tuning in and sharing with you. And yeah, I encourage you and everybody to feel free if they want to take some notes. All right, okay, let's see what's come through. All right, this is fun. All right. All right. So, what I'm getting is I've been tuning in here. Is just they're telling me is that you're a visionary architect, which makes sense, right? So, and then just your ability to just again be so dialed in to just see the vision, like you're a visionary leader for people's businesses, but then it's like you're just such a savant in that you can also map out those systems. You're brilliant at mapping out the systems. So whatever the systems are, so like could be the obviously systems for how to deliver the work, but whatever the systems are. So I just get the idea around the systems, like how you're able to. So when you're working with people, it is like, okay, man, it's about integration of everything. Everything's one and integration, but it's also like it's about getting stuff done at the same time. It really is. You definitely have a get it done. There's no BS. Bottom line energy. I think the more you lean into that, even more, I think you'll see more satisfaction in your work and your results as well. Even go up more. So I'm really with sensing that as I've been tuning in for you. So that's what's coming up there. But yeah, it's easy for you. You're like, this is the way it is. You can do that, you go this way, go that way. And you're more like, you do a little bit more better to kind of dictate things and then get feedback from people. Like, wait a minute, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. And then you can consider that. But like a lot of times you just know, people just need to listen a little bit more, just go with it. You need to really claim that. Like, okay, yeah, what do you think? I mean, we could go a million different directions here. This is what I'm getting. What do you think? But you do know, and of course, sometimes they'll have things that'll help you flesh it out better, of course. But yeah, you got more of that instant knowing, and yeah, so yeah, yeah, and also get like you would have a gift for people's branding and even visual branding. So because I get this sense of the visual that speaks to you. So that anyway, that's what's coming through as I'm tuning in. So that is a huge differentiator because of course, as you know, like these differentiators, the more differentiators we have, the more we don't sound like so many other people do similar things, right? So it's like, wow, and then I can even do this part, not everybody does that. And, so dial in the systems and the visual brand, these are unique things that not everybody has the level of gift that you have and or me not even address these things. So those are some of the things there. There's definitely a sense of like a Native American vibe in you. So like there's a feeling of like, yeah, let's keep our ear to the ground. Let's get it, like we need to listen. We need to listen very intently and deeply. So even though you might create a lot of things, you're very much like, but are you listening still? Like, is it constantly like, are we listening still? Keep listening, go deeper, keep listening. So that's another thing I'm getting. So yeah, the values of working with people that want to change the world and that they want to bring balance and order and justice and peace to the world is very important to your soul. So those are the people that be your best, most aligned clients, people that are for those sorts of things. So what else is coming up? Yeah, I mean, the throat chakra, what I'm getting is your previous roles, it feels like I mean I don't know, but like the feeling is like there's been a lot of backseat of energy. Like, yeah, you might be like the master of the universe, but you're like in the back seat a little bit and you're kind of guiding and directing things and supporting people and stuff. But it feels like increasingly it's like you need in your leadership, you need to be more in the spotlight, more upfront. So that seems really important, very important. Like, okay, like this idea, like like that's not for me, like somehow that's ideas got it in your energy, like that's somehow not for me at some level. No, it is for me, and so I want to step into that spotlight. So that seems to be important. Yeah, and that definitely will bring more, that'll just increase the value and the opportunities and everything for you in a big way, because you'll become more of the authority, more of a trusted authority and seen authority. And people will just, oh my God, she knows what she's doing. She's amazing. You'll get more of that from more of the mass level. Sort of seeing that. What does that look like in terms of how to, how do we do it? Yeah, I mean, some of it could be sort of, I could see, because you're so knowledgeable, it's so easy for you to share so much information. So I just feel like you have so many different topics you could cover. So I just feel like you could be traveling around the world, even if it's on the internet, traveling, like just constantly, like on this, like I feel like this feeling like a lot on the circuit. You can take breaks, of course, because that's big for you, the self-care and the rest, and not too much. And I understand, but like there's got to be that sense of like, for these next few weeks, man, I'm really making the rounds, or I don't know. So I just share what comes through, and so I get that, and then I get his king energy coming up. And so hold on, let me tune in that a little bit more. Yeah, so those that, like, it's showing me as a king, but I get the feeling sort of like those that have large audiences that your maybe you become their consultant. You would do well to speak to their audiences. Oh my God, she's the one that's like helped me do so much and take my business to another level, and she's phenomenal. I've never met anybody like her, and I want to share this best kept secret person, with the world now. And it'll start that way maybe, and then it'll grow from there. So that's the feeling I get on that. So the hesitancy, some of the hesitancies I see is just that maybe people have told you you're too much, like, geez, you're all business, and what the hell, like, give me a break, or something like that. So there's something with that. There's also a sense of protection around in the heart area. Definitely a sense of there's a sense of like you've got that crystal energy there and everything. So you're magnetic, and people feel your love. They feel like, wow, we're gonna really get enlightened here, But people are scared. People are scared. You got so much to share. They're like, holy cow, you're gonna destroy me. Like, so I get that, and then you also have your thing is more like you don't want to be pinned down. You don't want to be controlled. So there's strong factors in your energy and in your heart around that. Like, just leave me the F alone, I'll do it my way, and all this feeling. So it's kind of that kind of thing. Power center energy is like just your presence wants to just go really radiate big. So I'm feeling that really rising without getting into too many details at once. So we have a really long show, but like, yeah, and the sacral energy is highly creative. So you're about adventure, play, fun, and joy. So the more your entire theme is around adventure, play, and joy, that's going to help balance out this badass in you that's so bottom line. Let's get it done, and don't like that Shiva with the sword kind of energy. It reminds me of, right? I'll cut your head off, but then you have all that crystal energy in your heart. So it's a matter of bringing all that together into fun. No, this is a big fun adventure. Thank God we're getting rid of all that crap. We're gonna get stuff done, and and it's going to be fun. You got to keep reminding people it's going to be fun. This isn't some drag. You're freaking out. No, you're going to have more fun, more radiance. This is going to be like some horrible thing. As the depth of you that you think it's going to be horrible is going to be what liberates you. So I think that's real important. And the grounding element as I go to the root, man, because some of that creative fun energy does want to kind of put roots all over the place. Like, hey, let's do that. Let's do this. So that can definitely keep you spinning and not spiraling higher with your impact and money and everything. So that's why I think having like you need to always have different topics and keeping it fun and adventurous and evolving. But you also, if you have a central sort of structure or program to, even if you use for 2-3 years or something at a time, or like, for a period of time, that's important because that'll be your grounder. Like, okay, we're bringing, so big playhouse, but we bring them into this thing, So it could look like, like I was just kind of tuning in and brainstorming, so to speak, but it could look something like it could be sort of a hybrid sort of group model. Maybe it could be like a 6-month sort of thing. Maybe it could be a year, but you have people come in, maybe to get 1 to 3 sessions to get started with you, get that deeper evaluation. You look at their archetype and everything, and then I'm not sure yet, but like, I don't know if you'd be able to, have them all in the same group, or if they each need a different group, all these archetypes, that'd be a hell of a lot of work. But I saw like, okay, there's got to be a way to put them then into the they're in their own track, but they come into a group setting. But I also got with you, you're because again, we're doing this all very fast, but like for within this program, you would do really well to have some sort of get it done period, days, right? That sort of thing. Even if it was 1 day, but like I was kind of getting maybe even 2 or 3 days, something like that. Like, just like, hey man, we're just crushing it, once a quarter or once a month or whatever, we can refine the detail, but there has to be a get it done time, and then there has to be the groups where we're soul exploring, we're going deep, we need, it's like so many things, so that way you have the go deep, and you have the detail and get it done. So you just bring those 2 elements in there through these 2 different methods, like regular group meetings, and then you have intensive to get it done would be like another way, another flavor. And then again, we could keep looking at it, but we want to simplify it, not complicate it, not have too much in it. And systems of accountability for them, self-accountability more than you're trying to keep after them. So self-accountability within the group. So maybe accountability, the usual things, but like accountability partners, if you can create a strong structure for that, I think because you're good at that stuff, I think you could create strong structures for that. Maybe make it a little funner, like fun and rewarding to have these accountability groups, that they're looking forward to it, rather than it's like, man, you better get done or they're going to kick your ass, like. So yeah, so I could keep going on and on. I'm going to be quiet and let you talk now, Priscilla. So what feedback, thoughts? Yeah.
No, I think it sounds great. I don't have much to say.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, awesome. I mean, and I was kind of getting like, yeah, if you develop this, like, let's say, I don't know, let's say it was a 6-month program, if it, to take it to a higher level, I don't know what you charge now, but like, 5-figure investment, 12K or whatever it might be, not to be afraid, because your people you're meant to help, they're wanting to be powerhouses. They want to be they may already be pretty much, they're that, but they're not stepping into it all the way, is my feeling. So they need to step into it all the way, and the investment is partly reflects that. Like, means you're not messing around. You're willing to get this done, and so you need to charge accordingly. Hitting your just mathematically speaking, it'd be very easy to hit the 250K if you've got that kind of system. For marketing, I think you want to be kind of like a pixie in one level, like like going all over the place, but especially going to these people that have a lot of influence, could be like your big influxes, and getting people to take, because you got a great hook, you've got the all these different archetypes, so people want to check that out. So that's really good. So you've got that working for you, and I'm sure you're already doing some of this stuff big time. What else is coming up? Your team, you mentioned about your team. Consider this, consider maybe a profit sharing method. It's been highly successful with enlightened sorts of businesses like yours. So where you take a percentage of the profits and you give it to the people supporting you. Because I feel like, to make this manageable for the part of you that likes ease and more time off, if you get a strong team and then you reward them generously, I think that would work really well. Some people like to do a 50-50 split on profits. Sometimes people, you're pretty business savvy. I don't have to get too in depth. You already know what I'm talking about with this stuff. So, but yeah, I have a feeling that might do well for you. You might also give a percentage to certain causes, so for what people invest in, because I feel like, again, like these social issues and whatnot, or whatever they are, like these issues, like there's certain issues that you're about, that your tribe's about, that is super important. And it's about the mission. It's about the overall mission. We need to address these sorts of issues on the planet. Like that seems to be huge for your business. I don't know. So that's what's coming up. Any questions about that?
No, it sounds great.
So just to help our listeners a little bit, I know you get it, but like help them get it a little bit more. Like what parts like particularly resonated for you that you're like, oh yeah, really want to lean into that, so we can have a little conversation on it.
I think that you got a really good sense of my client base, my need for diversity along with structure, and let's see here. I think my need for, adventure and play and joy is really important, because it can sometimes get squashed by the, let's get things going, let's keep things moving. We're running a business here. And it's true that it's time to be even more outspoken. So the throat chakra piece, but yeah, I think in that order, that's what comes to mind off the top of my head. And to make it more fun, obviously, because I've gotten a lot better about that over the years. People see of me as like this happy, kind of joyful person, and then in business, I can get quite serious.
Right. I see it. So, I mean, I feel like, yeah, the more you can be stronger and speaking out about things that you want to speak out about too, bringing some of that out is going to be really important. Because like not to, like I know people doing quite well in business that will just talk about those issues. Like, hey, by the way, we got this thing coming up, and you want to join? Like, so, so honestly, I mean, it's about connection, right? So if you connect on the hot topic issues that your tribe is invested in, then that is a portion of it that's really will help a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Awesome. So good. Let me see if there's anything else I want to share on this. Okay. No, I'm not getting anything else actually for right now. Do you have any questions based on like you talk about raising prices and things like that? Maybe I have one question though. Like, yeah, that's the one I have a question on. Is there anything hesitant? What is the hesitancy? Here's the thing. The limiting belief is, will people pay for it? That's always a bad question ultimately. So we just want to let go of that, right? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's just, I think I just need to, because I have the 6-month program, and that is the price. That's the kind of the baseline price is 12.
Okay.
It's more for, it's not an issue of the price once I remind myself and I articulate the outcomes and the value that is the journey of where we're going to take them, both in terms of return on investment and who they're going to become and how much happier they're going to be and how much less work they're going to work, and that. But then other than that, yeah, it's just, I need to just anchor in even more to that. And then it's like, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. And the thing I just want to remind you and the audience about is my experience is, yeah, there's the people that aren't your tribe will never pay the prices, right? So they'll either say, well, it's all fine and well, and I don't even think it's too much, but it's not for me. Or they'll say, man, it's so expensive. And what they're really saying is, this is not for me. Or I can't afford it or whatever, but that's fine. But people who like really get like really are that, this, I'm just saying this for everybody, but like, there's really that deeper connection. We're already contracted to work together. They're like, yeah, whatever, 12K, whatever it is, doesn't matter. I'm supposed to be working with you. Let's do it. Like, I'll figure it out, So like they'll pay whatever it is as long as they're able to let that happen, So okay. Yeah, sometimes, like my philosophy on things like that is to get ourselves out of the way and realize that there's a divine ordination that is saying, like, you really need to be charging this much, and that you're just valuing what you're doing no matter what the outcome is. Is how I look at it anyway. No matter what the outcome is, I'm just valuing it at this level. And if the people coming in aren't going to receive that amount of value, then God, please don't even let them want to sign up or work with me. Let's not have them come in, just be of that mindset. So I know that's helped me anyway. It's just being of that mindset. It's worth that no matter what. And I know the value is there, whether I can see it in my own brain right away or not. Like, forget about that. It's happening. So that's how I do it.
I hear you.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've experienced this. When you're with the right people, not just based on how much money you think they have, but when you're with the right people, you might not feel like it's a big deal to charge them even a lot more, right? So, yeah. That's just
Very true.
Just critical to be in front of the right people. So anyway, all right, well, great. Well, I'm grateful to have shared with you, and then if we're gonna go ahead and have you share more about yourself. So if people want to learn about you and your work more, they learned about you a lot. That's what I love. Like, this is fun. Like, they learn a lot about you and your value just by going through this process, but they want to learn more about you. Where can they go to engage with you?
You can go to PriscillaStephan.com. I'm on Instagram, Priscilla Stephan, at Priscilla Stephan, and on Facebook, Priscilla Stephan.
Nice. And to add some emphasis, is you do tell them just briefly about what you have at your website. You have the archetypes and everything, right? So I remember taking that little test or quiz. And it was really powerful. And I think we had the same type or similar type.
Yes, we're mystics. Yeah, so there are 5 archetypes. So you can take a 3-minute free quiz on my website. It's on the home page, or you can go to priscillastephan.com/quiz. And it really takes 3 minutes, and you identify the Soulfluent Leadership Archetype that you have been leading from. There are 5 archetypes: the mystic, the visionary, the strategist, explorer, and divine feminine. Most of the people I work with fall under the mystic or visionary categories. We have all 5 archetypes within us. However, depending on what stage of business and life we are in, a different archetype can take the lead, almost like a gear shift in a car, right? If you're in the city, you maybe first, second gear, but if you're going to go on a highway, you need a different gear, right, to take you higher speeds. So the same kind of vibe. So the quiz identifies what you've been operating from. And then when I work with people privately or in my roundtables, then I go into their Akashic Records, identify if that's still the same archetype or if it's changed. And the archetype informs every aspect of your business: message, business model, money structures, marketing, social media, team building, your own leadership style, all of it. So.
Nice. Love it. All right, great. So thank you for sharing that. It's a lot of fun. It's very helpful. So check that out at PriscillaStephan.com. And again, just thank you for coming on the show today. And then if people want to check me out, go to yoursacredpurpose.com. Offer what you experienced here and even in more depth than that through consultation. You can go to yoursacredpurpose.com and apply for the Rock Your Sacred Purpose energy scan. And yeah, we can meet and help you guys to dial it in and rock your sacred purpose. All right. And then you can check out my free meditation there and all that stuff I always tell you guys about. So just do it. So, okay. All right, Priscilla. Okay, thanks again for coming on. It was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you and what you're up to. And let's keep moving forward together, right?
Yes, thank you so much, Daniel, for having me. Thanks, everyone.
All right. All right. Thanks, everybody. Keep on tuning in. We'll keep on rocking it here at Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Till next time, everyone. Goodbye for now.
You're listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.